Yay, we did it, guys. We finally did it. The fake, phony news media, the mainstream media has finally been disqualified and discredited. It's going down the tubes thanks to the revelations of the election fraud. And I'm just so glad to see this. And we all knew deep down that Fox was fake news. What, you thought I was going to talk about CNN, MSNBC? No, Fox was just as fake as the rest of them. And I've seen this coming for a while. Finally, we can talk about why we need to stop settling for these country club neocon Republicans who don't care about anything that Trump has done. They do a few token things and they don't do anything else. They drive up the debt. They keep bringing us into endless wars. And they don't care at all about the true cultural issues at hand. Issues such as the rampant drug problem that we have, correct solutions for that. The rampant promiscuity, sexual revolution, abortion problem, lack of birth rate problem, the rampant promotion of the single parent household and alternative lifestyles that are not good for children, the rampant push of communism in the universities, the completely ignored and given up on issue with mental and physical health in the form of materialism and fast food and all these things and big business that swallows up all the mom and pop stores. The fact that Christianity has been persecuted and under attack by Christian leaders, not just people of different religions persecuting them and different beliefs, but Christian leaders and atheists in academia. Now we can finally talk. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that the fake news has finally been exposed. But you see, that's the problem. We came to this problem with the far left and with what the current left stands for because we have had such milk toast, fake, often in bed with the same people, fake sides of the same coin issue with many Republican rhinos for a long time. We all haven't forgotten, I hope, what McCain did with Obamacare. I'm sure that was a doozy, wasn't it? And but we can do better than this, and we need to start gut checking ourselves. How much time have we wasted watching Fox News and constantly hearing these pundits speak for us? These pundits only speak for a neocon way of looking at things, which is the really easy mode patriotism where we all just talk about how we like our lower tax cuts. And, only until Trump brought up borders did people really start getting interested in border control for real. That was just kind of, or China and jobs outsourcing to them, and now voter fraud. It was all just laughed off at Thanksgiving dinners as politics is politics. But for me, I find it quite sickening that it's come to this, that we finally can see it for what it is. I think if we want to change our country for the better, we have to fix ourselves as conservatives. We can do a lot better than this. You see, the right wing for me represents the idea that you do not point at the government for the solution or the cause of all your problems. You point at yourself. And that's why I want Trump to win so bad, because all these crybabies, it's not because I like to see Democrats lose, it's because this particular brand of Democrats, these particular people that are now Democrat voters, are people that are running away from personal issues in life. Donald Trump isn't really affecting their lives, but they love to have a little scapegoat, which I've seen before Donald Trump came. There was some new other scapegoat. And there will be another scapegoat after this one, after this presidential race is done. And they try to blame all their problems on Donald Trump, and it's so phony, it's so obvious that they simply don't want to look inwards, that they're lonely, that they're messed up and they're hurting, and that their mindset of someone fix me, someone take care of me, someone give me my money, that is an inherently depressing, corrupt, spiritually and emotional fatal mindset to have. It sucks being a freeloader. It sucks blaming everyone for your problems. But you see, we can't get through to them unless we transition to the true conservatism that only particular parts of the Republican Party represent. This true conservatism, which I think sometimes Rand Paul and Ron Paul kind of represent. I don't agree with everything they say, but also Orthodox Christianity represents, right? Um, Thomas Jefferson and his ideals, and John Locke represents, which is the idea that first you fix moi, first you fix yourself, and that involves a higher power for me, but it may involve a higher power for you, or at least some higher code of ethics, and then you do your best to help the people around you. And then at the very, very last bottom of the rung, you go to the state if you cannot resolve anything by any other means necessary. But it is not, the state is not the God of the universe. It is not the arbiter of truth. It is a necessary evil. That is the true American values. John Locke and Thomas Hobbes saw it as a necessary thing that isn't so great that we have to kind of put up with, that inevitably becomes corrupt through different cycles, and it's best to make it as small as possible, or at least least intrusive as possible. So let's celebrate the downfall of fake conservatism finally, and let's get off our butts. Let's light a fire under them. Get off our butts and start thinking about ways we can improve the conservative viewpoint and ways we can counter this existential, neurotic, emotional issue within leftists who are really just people suffering from spiritual and mental disease, and they don't even know it, that are moving, that have been being manipulated into moving their baggage into politics. They don't know what they're talking about, obviously. But in order to reach them, we need to talk about some new ways of thinking. I'm into tradition, but I also think that there are also new things to combine with tradition, or new ways that we need to think about, which may not even be new. The more I'm talking to you, it may be these may be things that are have been in tradition, but we just haven't looked at them yet. But I think they will be the answer to this Marxism and this identity crisis within the young, as well as the goofy uh, country club Democrats and Republicans that have been running the just sucking this nation dry, and don't stand for anything. They're fake. They're not even real. So please come out to a discussion on this um, Saturday 1 p.m. Eastern, if you can make it. I will be having a discussion on steps forward for what we can do in making this movement more appealing and moving on from Fox. So please bring your notes. I will bring mine, and God bless.